What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. Hope you're having an amazing day. It's much sunnier and nicer out here in Ohio, and hopefully that is a sign of a sunnier days to come with the second stimulus package within inches of a deal being made. I'm going to give you all the details of what's going on with the second stimulus check and the unemployment extension in this video. But first, if you can, give this video a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. My wife and I do all the research for you every single day, so you don't have to. And we bring you all the information in a quick, concise video. Okay, both House Speaker and leader of the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, and the White House are both saying that they're trying to have an agreeable deal done by the end of this week. They want to make a deal and have it in writing and have an agreement by the end of this weekend. Nancy Pelosi, who has always been typically negative and saying that they need to come to her number, dare I say, negative Nancy, has been surprisingly optimistic over the last 48 hours or so, saying that there is a deal to be made and the White House is actually giving her what she wants. She just gave a brand new interview just a few hours ago. Let's see what she has to say.
Speaker Pelosi, it's Willie Geist. Good to have you on this morning. As you talk about your negotiation with Secretary Mnuchin, I understand you all will be speaking again today to try to get a deal. There was some indication from Mark Meadows and others that you might have a deal even by the end of the week. Does that still sound right to you? And what do you say to all those people who I know you hear from in your own district who are really suffering and aren't interested in the political fight but want to save their small business or their family and they need some money in their pocket as soon as possible?
I say help is on the way. It will be better. It will be bolder. It will be safer, and it will be retroactive. But the fact is that while we can't correct everything in one bill, we shouldn't be making matters worse. And that's what the Republicans have been doing, making matters worse. So in our legislation, we're coming closer to what we must do: crush the virus, honor our heroes, our state and local governments, healthcare workers, transportation, sanitation, teachers, police and fire, first responders who make our system work. And they risk their lives to save lives, and now they may lose their jobs. And you heard the president's irresponsible, really stupid tweet that he did again. Well, need I characterize his tweets? That seems to be standard fare. But the fact is that we have to do that if we're going to have the healthcare people in work, the teachers in place, and the rest to get the job done. And then, of course, to put money in the pockets of the American people. My view is the president has only wanted to be able to send out that check. But one check is not the solution to this. We have to have ongoing, and that's one of the debates we're having right now, is earned income tax credit, child tax credit, things to lift people out of poverty. 6 to 8, depending on the numbers you follow, million people have fallen into poverty, back into poverty as the CARES Act benefits wear off. We have to restore that. One check doesn't do it. We'd rather, it's like I'm sending you a fish, instead I'm setting you up to fish.
Do you think there'll be a deal before Election Day, Speaker Pelosi?
So let me pause right there. She says they're talking about ongoing money and that one stimulus check is not enough. And I think we all here will agree that one stimulus check isn't enough. The question is, will we see more ongoing help in the future? Will they try to put some future stimulus in this bill, such as the Problem Solvers Caucus bill, which had another stimulus check in there in March of 2021 and another unemployment extension update next year if this pandemic continues and goes into 2021? Or does she mean that they will continue to do more bills after they agree on this bill and pass this and pass more stimulus checks going forward?
That would be my hope. We could do it in the House. You hear what the leader in the Senate is saying, but that's really up to the president. We're negotiating with him. We've made progress, and I have to say we've made progress in this regard, but we're still not there. But we can be. We can be. And we know, our members know how people are suffering. That's who we represent. That's what our fight is about. You should see the fight we had to get food. To get food, it was a fight. So understand, we don't share values. So it's a harder discussion than usual. But I'm still optimistic because I think both sides want to come to agreement. Otherwise, why would we even be talking to each other? I mean, this is not, shall we say, an enjoyable conversation. But in any event, it's necessary to have.
Right.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, thank you so much. And thank you for being on the show this morning.
So I want to talk about something interesting that she said right there, is that basically the ball's in the president's court. This is the first time I think she said it like that basically the president could just make an agreement right now, and they are very close. And I personally think that the president should just take this deal and get this deal done, wrapped up by the weekend. I mean, we're now 12 days away from the election. We have the presidential debate tonight, which my wife and I will have our presidential debate special, the highlights on later this evening after the debate. But I think that he should make his deal now. We're now 12 days away. He says that Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said that the checks can go out in as little as 7 days. So he really needs to take this deal now, wrap up the final provisions here within the next 24, 48 hours, make this deal by the weekend so that he can go and say, hey, look at what I did for you guys. I know it's crazy to be saying that, but you know that that's what he wants to say. Look at this big deal I did for you guys. Look at this big favor I did for you guys. I know, as crazy as that sounds, like, hey, we should be on our third stimulus check right now and be working on our fourth one because of how long this pandemic has been going on and will continue to go on. It's not like it's going to stop at election day. Or is it? Let me know your thoughts down below on that. I know a lot of conspiracy theorists think that the virus will suddenly go away once the election is over. My brother actually thinks that very adamantly. He'll talk to you for an hour about how the virus this is all just for the election, and after the election's over, that it's going to be gone. He actually said to me the other day that when the next election comes up, there'll be a new virus that pops up. So let me know your theory on that. Do you believe that? After the Senate Republicans' bill for a smaller stimulus package, which did not include stimulus checks but did include an unemployment extension of $300 per week, as that was blocked in the Senate and did not progress further to the House, we're starting to see more support from Republican senators for the larger stimulus package. Since that bill failed, Republican Senator from Florida, Marco Rubio, says that he is now open to voting on a higher stimulus package, basically the one that is being worked on between the White House and Nancy Pelosi, that he is now willing to vote yes on a higher stimulus package, saying, quote, I think the price of not doing something is even higher. No one is going to get everything they want here. Senator Marco Rubio said on Thursday he would be willing to support a more expensive stimulus package than he'd like because failing to provide financial relief to Americans and to U.S. businesses presents larger risks to the U.S. economy. He says no one is going to get everything they want here. And from my perspective, that means the bill on this is probably going to be higher than I want it to be. And I'm very uncomfortable with that. But I think the price of not doing something is even higher. So as long as it's limited in some way, and as long as it's not crazy, yes, I'm willing to be flexible about it because I think it is important. Now, he is, of course, one of the 13 Senate Republicans that we need to vote yes on the next stimulus package after Nancy Pelosi and the White House agree. Once they agree, Nancy Pelosi will be able to get enough Democrats to vote yes for it almost by herself. As soon as she says the word, they'll basically click their heels and all like say, oh, yes, we agree. We agree. And it's crazy how she's basically like the one and only person in charge of the Democrats. And the Republicans basically only have a few people also. They have Steve Mnuchin, they have Trump, and they have Mitch McConnell. And basically, the fate of our stimulus is basically in the hands of 3 or 4 people in the whole United States is controlling basically your future of getting more stimulus, unemployment money, money for mortgage and rental assistance. And it's just, how does that much power get in the hands of just a few people? It's almost like we're being more ruled by kings and queens as opposed to a democracy of the people. However, I know a lot of you have said that you're willing to vote for new people in the House, in the Senate, or even the presidency based on your views, because a lot of these people have not had our best interest at heart. Let me know if you are going to be voting out people in this election. I'm going to be very surprised if a lot of people retain their seats after this election, because I fear that I don't think I should say I fear, but I think a lot of people are very unhappy with how the situation of this pandemic has been handled, and I think that we're probably going to see a lot of change. Speaking of Congress not being able to get along, the Democrats plan to completely boycott the committee vote on Amy Coney Barrett's Supreme Court nomination, and they're planning on not having a single Democrat even show up to the vote for the new Supreme Court justice. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, a Democrat from New York, and the Democrats on the committee said in a joint statement that the push to confirm Barrett was a sham process and accused Republicans of breaking the, quote, the promises and rules established by refusing to give Merrick Garland, a previous Supreme Court justice that was appointed by Obama that was blocked by Mitch McConnell, and former President Obama's final Supreme Court nominee, that the Republicans didn't even give him a hearing or a vote. And the Democrats are going to basically sit this one out and not even show up to vote in protest. However, the Republicans have enough votes to pass her completely on their own, so it'll kind of be a one-sided vote, but she'll still get nominated. I will keep you guys updated as soon as new stimulus check information comes out. We're going to have a lot of breaking news from here to the end of the week as they try to push this deal through by the end of the week or the weekend. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on new videos. Like this video and share this video. Click the share button down below and share this video on Facebook. Share this video with your friends and families so they know what is going on with the second stimulus check. You can click on this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check videos next. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.